What is up, you guys? Welcome back to episode 3 of the Crib Podcast, hosted by yours truly. On this episode, I have a very special guest. He's a friend of mine, former teammate, and a college athlete at Dixie State University. Plays cornerback. My friend, my brother, Malini.
That's my Uso. That's my Uso. That's my Uso. I love you. That's my Uso. That's my Uso. That's my Uso. I love you.
My Uso, I'd pick on him when I was bored. We'd go back and forth until we hear our names called. Then it's straight to the room, put on them extra layers to protect us from the hiding. Maybe say a little prayer. Used to fuss and fight a lot growing up, but maybe that was just our way of showing love. I'm showing up for my Uso, yeah, that's automatic. 1 minute we're best friends, next thing you know we're back at it. But I wouldn't have it any other way. My Uso's got my back, got me through my darkest days. Always by my side, and you know it's all love. Cause I got 99 problems, but I Uso ain't one.
They say one more so on my eye, Uso more so vale. That's right. That's how it was growing up in my fale. Always go out Misa when we ride in the gutter valley. But he'd always wipe my nose with my Isu big outfit. My biggest enemy straight.
Tia, how's it going?
Now, what's going on, y'all? What's
The
going on?
third try, dude. Dude, like, we were trying to set this up, and, like, it just started bugging, and, like, he was, like, froze, so I was like, oh, shoot. But hopefully nothing else happens. But how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good, Tim. Over here in Utah.
Utah.
Life, so,
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you doing out there? Just, like, cleaning out your dorm, or?
So yeah, recently, because, all this coronavirus stuff going down, they're kicking everybody out the dorm, so I had to move all my stuff out.
Yeah.
Bring it up to my auntie's a little farther up north, up in Utah.
Yeah.
Get that handled. So now I'm just chilling at her house right now.
Yeah.
Living that life, man.
Yeah, man, everyone's clearing out of campus. Like, I've had buddies that have had to go back to their schools and stuff and get all their crap because they got to get out of there.
Yeah,
But,
no joke.
Yeah. Anyway, but I got some questions for Tia here to answer. I've compiled them, and we're kind of just going to fire off back and forth, make a little convo out of it. Should be good. Especially coming from someone who's playing college football, college ball. So for any of you guys out there looking for advice, I would definitely recommend talking to this guy right here. I'll leave his links, his huddles, all that stuff in the description on the screen. You guys just go ham with that, and we'll get it going. So first question I have for you today, Tia, is how was transitioning from being one of the best players at our high school, because obviously you freaking destroyed it, you killed it up here in the Bay Area, and then being put onto and kind of being thrown into a big pond at Dixie State? Like, how was the transition from that?
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, it's no joke.
Yeah.
Not everybody's like a pusher on, you know what I mean? So everybody's about your skill set, maybe better, maybe a little worse. But it's something you have to get used to, most definitely.
Yeah. Definitely, I would assume that's probably much more competitive out there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Competition level is crazy. You have skills from really all over the U.S. coming in just to play with you. You get to play with them. You experience new skill sets, and just trying to find your way on how you fit it in the program is a big thing.
Definitely. And I think coming from someone who's obviously, ran the one receiver position or their one skill position, being able to like play against other people that may be just as good, if not better, I feel like that, definitely helps a player excel from being, good to great. And I think you can also agree on that.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to a point where you realize that like everybody's, like you said, everybody's just as good.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you realize that you think you're working hard, you gotta keep working hard.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? You gotta get to the next level just so you could compete or excel.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And can you kind of talk to us about kind of that first season? I know you redshirted, but I know you probably gotten some reps.
Yeah.
In practice, was it competitive? Was it, was it edgy? Did you guys get under each other's skin? Just kind of talk to us how that was.
Oh yeah, in practice, the offense versus defense. For me, I'm a defensive player, so everybody thinks you're the mean guy. But the defense and offense, almost every practice I say, we're at each other's throats.
Yeah.
We didn't like each other in practice, but off the field and come game time, it's all one family. So that's one thing I really like.
And I kind of realized that, in a lot of different sports, whether it be football, baseball, tennis, even freaking like swimming, you're always trying to get better than the guy next to you, whether they're on your team or not. And being able to play or to practice against, great players like on your roster, it's obviously just going to make you better. At your position right now, cornerback, right? Cornerback or safety?
Safety, cornerback.
Safety, cornerback. How's the depth chart, man? Is it deep? You guys little light? You guys full? How you guys looking over there?
Okay, yeah. So when I first came in, there was a lot of people. It was about, I say, like 6, 7 safeties. Only 2 safeties play, so everybody's fighting for that number 1 spot. But the crazy thing is that about 4 of them were seniors last year, so they're already out. So that spot is up for grabs right now.
There you go.
You keep working to get to where you want to be.
Exactly.
That's that starting spot for me.
Exactly, man. There you go. I know in high school you played a lot of wide receiver. Defensively, you played some safety, played some DB. How has kind of the transition been going from, doing almost everything and anything to just playing one side of the football?
Oh, man. Well, at first, because you still have that high school mindset of where, like, they need you everywhere. But at colleges, it's real different. They have a person for receiver. They have a person for kick returner, punt returner, safety, corner. And so getting to just only play one position and really focus on that.
Exactly.
It really, like, changes your mindset on the game, changes how you go about, just playing, how you see the field. It's really cool, though, because it molds you into, like, a whole new player,
Definitely. I feel like it's kind of like, into your point, saying kind of just focusing on one position. You're working on different things and stuff, but now that you are focusing on one thing, you can just put all your time, your effort, and like to your point, you said, it changes your mindset. It changes probably the way you train. Your mentality is obviously the different reads you have on defense. But yeah, man, it's like instead of half-assing, a bunch of things, per se. But now that you're just playing, on one side of the ball, you can whole ass, one side and focus and, try and get better. And I think that's what's kind of crazy about college is that, high school teams, I know our team, we only had like, 50, 60 players, but, on these college teams, I mean, they got like 90, 95 players or something like that because they're 4 or 5 deep at each position. Because, nowadays, not a lot of people play both ways, like you said. But yeah, for sure.
That's true. It's real rare to find people, somebody that can go both ways, especially in college, but especially in the NFL.
Exactly.
Because everybody's in college, they mold you, like I said, they mold you to be that one player in that one position, just so you can move on to the next level.
Definitely,
that's your whole mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and obviously, trying to stay healthy and. Playing, more and more games, as you go to the next level, it definitely wears on your body. Your opponents are getting bigger and stronger. You're getting hit more. So, yeah, it's definitely, it kind of changes the way you kind of look at things, in a sports perspective. But yeah, man, for sure. Anyway, so for the next question, being a student athlete on campus, probably hectic days. Can you just give us a normal day in the life of the season, during the season, per se, like you got practice a day or you got weights or something? Can you kind of do that for us?
Yeah, of course. So Dixie State, because I go to Dixie State, it's in the southernmost part of Utah, so it's like it's right by Vegas, so it's real hot all the time.
Yeah.
It's a real desert area. So because of that, we practice in the mornings. You wake up around say 5:30. You have to get something in your system, eat something, and then you're off to the field, which is about like a good 10-minute drive off to the field. Practice starts at 7. You got practice from 7 to 9, and then right after practice, you have your lift groups. So you go from straight to practice to lifting.
Damn.
To working out. And then you got to find time after lifting. Lifting goes from about 9 to, I say, 10:30. So you got to find something after 10:30 to eat. Because right after lifting, you got classes. Make sure you shower up. And then you got classes the whole day, really. And then till, say, about 2, 3, then you go off to meetings for football. Back in the meetings, position groups, team meetings. Get your film down, film study, get all that out the way. And then right after that, our team, I'm sure a lot of other teams do this too, but after film, we just do our walkthroughs on stuff we need to work on. Like we'll have film on practice. We'll just do our little touch-ups, after our film, to fix whatever we need to do. And then after that is basically your free time, do homework, just eat dinner, catch up on some whatever you need to do, hang out with your friends,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you're free to do whatever. So that's basically, I say, your typical day, except on game days, you know what I mean? Saturday.
Yeah. What time would you say would you usually like go to bed around? Like, you gotta wake up early.
Yeah. So if you're smart, you go to sleep around 9 to 10.
Yeah. Get your 8 hours.
Yeah, you got stuff to do.
Yeah.
At first, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty hectic. The first semester, incoming freshman, you still got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
Figure out how you manage your time and all that. But the first semester, I wasn't sleeping till like 11, 12. I need to get my homework done. Then I'd wake up and it was 5. And you gotta go straight to practice. It's just rough.
Yeah,
but
it ain't it.
Something you really get used to.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, a college day in the life of a college athlete is probably 10 times as much more hectic than what it used to be. Just going to class in high school and then going to practice afterwards, and you're done. Around 4 or 5 o'clock. It's almost like it's almost kind of like it's geared more to, like, there's more time for sports. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to film, you're going to meetings, you're going to walkthroughs. I feel like it's also kind of what you sign up for, you know what I mean? But
Exactly.
yeah, man, I think it's probably just, I mean, it's obviously because it's like weird, like high school, it's like, you lift, maybe get a practice in, and then maybe one other thing, or like maybe it's like some film. But college is like every day. There's no off days.
It's almost like a lot of people compare it to like a job. It's like a full-time job. You know what I mean?
It is. It is.
It's good because it's something I love to do. So it doesn't really feel like a job to me. But the time aspect, the time part of it, that's almost what you could compare it to. You know what I mean?
There you go. Yeah, for sure. Would you say as a student athlete, is the student athlete life difficult, or is it kind of something that's manageable if you put time, effort, you set aside time to do homework, it's know when it's time to go to bed and not stay up till like 1 a.m. and do stupid stuff? Like what's kind of your thought on the student athlete life?
So prioritizing and time management, like I said, is a major must, like something you need to have down. Because if you don't have those things down, being a student athlete can get really stressful. You have a lot on your shoulders, So spending your time wisely, getting everything that you need to do, homework, film, whatever you need to do, get it handled as soon as possible.
Exactly.
when you're eating lunch, get your film done.
Yeah, for sure.
Within your time slots, whatever you have,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you have to do, get done, and then the rest of the day should be easy.
There you
But
go.
like I said, if you don't have those things done, it could get real hard, real stressful.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my thought on it.
Definitely. We're gonna switch gears here to another question. Just for all the people out there, maybe they're on the fence, about really taking their sport seriously and maybe going to the next level like college, to continue their sport. For anybody out there who is serious about playing college sports, what's kind of one piece of advice you would give them?
That's a good question.
I'm not sure there's one piece of advice, but I'm sure there's some knowledge you can bestow upon these viewers here, man.
Yeah. So coming from experience, there's a lot of things that I had to do to get to the point where I'm at, and I could speak for a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I say the biggest piece of advice I can give is no matter like where you are, say like you're the best player on your team, or say you're not, you know what I mean, you're not the best, you're mediocre, you say you're that second string, or say you are the first string. If you think you're working hard, there's always somebody working harder.
Exactly.
So set your goals, reach your goals, and right when you reach them, always set the bar higher. Because I can guarantee you that someone else is working just as hard as you. You know what I mean? Getting to with the same mindset too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They have the same goal as you. So always strive for greatness. Keep pushing yourself to your limit, and right when you think you've reached your limit, keep going. Because that's one piece of advice that I always kept in my head.
That's right.
And it really helped me get through what I need to get.
That's right, for sure. Kids, I hope you got that on your little notepads there. But yeah, more of a mentality point. I like that. But obviously nowadays it's super hard to get on the radar of college coaches. Could you kind of tell us how you kind of got on the radar of a couple different college coaches? Because I know Dixie State wasn't your only offer. Like, how did you kind of put yourself out there?
So my junior year was when I got my first offer, about my junior summer. And it's really, I had a lot of good help from, family, friends, trainers, coaches.
Sorry about that, folks. We had some technical difficulties, but back to what you were saying. You were talking about putting yourself out there for in front of college scouts.
Oh, yeah. It's really about the people I had a lot of good people in my corner, a lot of good people helping me out, pushing me, making sure every little aspect was, correct. Every little thing I did was straight. Because there's a lot more than you think in the recruiting process. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Everybody just thinks it's oh, he's good, he's gonna get some offers. There's a lot more than that. Make sure your grades are right. Make sure you're acting right outside of school as a person. Just being a good person overall.
Definitely.
Coaches take all that into consideration. So, yeah.
Definitely, man, for sure. All right, kind of switching gears here. In the NFL, there's been a couple Polynesian / Samoan players in the NFL. I mean, you guys know, if you guys don't know, Malini is Polynesian. Are you Samoan also, or are you just Polynesian? A little bit of both?
It's someone falls into the Polynesian category.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, that. So players like Troy Polamalu, Haloni Nada, and recently Danny Shelton. Is there a specific player you kind of look up to, Polynesian or not, that kind of kind of pushes you to keep going every day? Is there someone you look up to?
Yeah, I say in the NFL right now, Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's I don't know if a lot of people know, but he's half Samoan too, just like me.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So he's a good person. I try to work my game around.
Definitely.
My favorite player of all time, Troy Polamalu. And he's been my favorite player ever since I knew what football was.
Yeah.
My dad's too, so a lot of the things he does makes me, my craft, like the way I play my game is how he plays. And so
Definitely.
he's had a big influence on me as a player, mainly as a person too, because a lot of people just see, the football side to him.
Exactly.
But there's a lot more than football, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, for sure.
he's one of the main ones for me.
Yeah, man. I mean, obviously, those two guys you named off, Juju and Troy Polamalu, I mean, off the field, both those guys are great, exceptional guys. They're really great role models, to anyone playing the game. And they're just class act all around. So I think, it just kind of shows, how much influence they have, on, a lot of kids, whether Polynesian or not. But yeah, man. I mean, they're great role models. So yeah, that's really nice to hear, man. So for the next question, going back to your Polynesian culture, since we're on it, I kind of just off of what I've seen, your Polynesian culture is kind of all about family, kind of being as one. With Utah having kind of a big Polynesian population. Coming from BYU, Utah State, Utah, and of course Dixie State. Did it make the transition to living in Utah a little bit easier?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the major things, like one of the biggest things that really did help me, kind of transition and feel comfortable, in a new surrounding. Our team has a big Polynesian, what's it called?
Population, like kind of, yeah. There's a lot of you guys.
A lot of us, so
yeah.
Building the relationship and the connection. That's the connection is all there. So we
definitely.
We look out for each other, really. Sorry,
yeah,
I can't.
For sure, you're all good. Yeah, yes, totally. Man.
We look out for each other, and if someone needs something, your brother is right there. And it gets to the point where you call him your brother, you know what I mean? Because that relationship is so close. We go through a lot of things together, not just on the football field, but outside too.
Yeah, definitely an aspect of football that is, always present, whether you're on the team, just having that brotherhood, kind of that, family. Because, I mean, you're going to battle, with, against opponents, every Saturday night, Saturday morning. I mean, so you got to, if one of you guys isn't feeling up, I mean, the rest of you guys got to pick them up, you know what I mean? But, yeah, man, definitely, for sure.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears,
Yeah, definitely.
To a lot of the things we do. And it's called, like, in the Samoan culture, like, instead of saying, like, my brother, it's called My Uso. So if you say that, that's like a, heart to heart. That's how you know you got each other. You know what I mean?
Totally, man, for sure. Yeah. So with this quarantine going on and, colleges kind of shutting down, your spring camps getting shut down, do you kind of have any, what kind of direction is your team going in right now? Like, are you guys, still, checking in, having meetings? Are you still, kind of, you know what I mean? Just since,
I'm trying to, keep the relationship and stuff going. Just like we're on the Zoom call right now, we'll have position meetings with our DBs or defensive meetings with everybody on there.
Definitely.
Or like sometimes we'll have team meetings with the coaches all up in there. So they'll be the ones directing that. So that's we're all friends, so text each other, calling, see how each other's doing.
Definitely. Yeah. And kind of what have you kind of been doing to stay in shape, for the season? I mean, gyms have obviously been closed, which blows, but kind of like what have you been doing to, keep that extra edge, above some of the other competition? Again, sorry it cut out one more
I'm not
time.
sure what's going on up there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably just because we're kind of far away, but it's whatever. But anyway, what have you kind of been doing to stay in shape with this quarantine going on, man?
Okay, yeah. So it was kind of hard. You know, all these gyms are closed and stuff. Trying to find a spot to work out, but mainly I say a lot of outdoor workouts. You know, at home workouts, and it's cool though because some of the boys back home, like some of my friends, they'll have weights in their garage. We'll go over there, lift weights. Some of the trainer spots are still open. Get some individual work in because you know we want to be around people
Exactly.
too. So it's always trying to find the resources you have or just work with what you have. You know. That's what I've been
Exactly.
doing, I mean.
For sure, man. Yeah, getting it in any way possible.
Exactly.
Yeah, I try and utilize outside a lot.
Hey, you, Tim. I seen you, bro.
Appreciate it, guys.
I don't know if you know,
Appreciate
but Tim, you're it's a workout animal, man. I see him at the park, whatever, bro.
Hey, by any means. By any means. We're getting it done, dude. By any means. But yeah, man, for sure. Appreciate it, man. I see you too. Getting it in out there, man. Family guy, man. You're out there with your brothers, your sisters, and your parents, man. You know, that's a great person all around. Family dude. Just what Tia is all about, man. But you got some work done on your arm, on your right arm. I see there. Can you kind of break those down for us?
Of course. So I don't know if y'all can see, but it's a tribal tattoo. It's some one tattoo I got recently, and you know a lot of people get it because they have their own meaning to it, or their meaning to it.
Yeah.
A lot of people get it because their personal reasons and stuff. But mine has a specific meaning. Sorry, I can't really get a zoom on it.
Yeah, that's all good.
Really, mine's is based around family and where my family's from, too, in the specific part of Samoa. A lot of the designs have their own little specific meaning. Each little design on here means something different.
For sure, man.
Whether it's, like the pool of fish in the sea, the island where you come from, your grandparents, all that stuff. But mine specifically, I wanted to represent my family in it. I wanted to represent my ancestors.
It's tight.
My grandpa, he's actually from the island in Western Samoa. It's called Savai'i. So he was a chief out there, and the tribal tattoo. It means more than just a design, a cool looking.
Exactly.
It's a cool look on your arm.
Definitely.
There's a lot of thought, a lot of meaning that goes into it. So
definitely. Because I mean, a lot of the times, people with tattoos, I mean, the first impression is like, oh, that guy's, he's just a gangster, or oh, that guy just doesn't care about his body, he's an idiot. But I mean, there's a lot of people, especially ball players that got significant meanings on it, whether it be family, like you said, representing the ancestors, man. But I think that's awesome, and it looks great too, man. Looks great. Yeah, man.
Still not finished, actually. I gotta go down to
fill that thing out.
Yeah.
You thinking about getting any other tats anywhere else, or are you just filling out the arm?
Once I get this one finished, I'll see how I feel. Might get another one, depending on if the parents, how they feel about it. We'll see. But
how was the?
Right now, this is the main focus.
Yeah. How was kind of the conversation about getting it in the first place?
We all go to church, and churches preach your body is a temple. Take care of your body. So my mom, she was a little against it at first, just because she wasn't too familiar with everything that goes into it. But my dad, he already knows. He was all down for it because he knew that it wasn't just just ink on your arm.
Definitely. I think it's also good that it meant something, kind of to represent you, your family, and kind of your culture. So I think that's also kind of a plus, because I mean, some people, like, once they turn 18, they just say, hey, mom, I'm gonna go get like a freaking freaking lightning bolt on my back and just, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the people that do that, you know who you are, bro. But definitely, man, that's awesome. But yeah, man. So anyway, next question here. Actually, our last question. I think, yeah, our last question. You know, with searching through the pool of offers that you had, I know you had a couple, but can you kind of break down the process of choosing Dixie State over, this college or that college? Can you kind of tell us how you ended up where you are?
Okay, yeah, I could do that. So, like Tim said, I had a couple other offers. Some of them were actually on the East Coast to play Division I ball on the East Coast, and it was rough because I'm a family guy. I like my home. I wanted to stay as close as possible.
Yeah.
Because I felt like that was best for me.
Mm-hmm.
So when this Dixie State offer came around, it's right in Utah. Just past Nevada. Not too far, but it's also not too close. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm still in my own life while we're just a traveling distance away. Dixie State, yeah, they went ahead and offered me. It was real late in the recruiting process, and I was very grateful because, like I said, I didn't want to go all the way across the country to play ball. It's a big sacrifice that you have to make. So when they offered me, I was really excited. Brought me up on a visit over there, and pretty much, like you can say that's wraps. Met, some of my friends I met already on my visit. Some of my friends I'm real close with now too. Also some of the players, that took me around, introduced me to everybody. I just felt like it was somewhere, where I could fit in the program, where I could, just live my life and enjoy it as well outside of football.
Definitely.
So that's one of the main reasons. Yeah, I guess you could say that's
yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Yeah. Aside from, obviously playing time and, depth, when you're kind of picking out schools, are you kind of looking for a place that, I'm not trying to travel all the way up to Montana and play in the snow, or, I don't want to, go down to Texas and play in like 100-degree weather. Does that kind of have, factor into it, like even at the, slightest?
Yeah, of course. I mean, everything is taken into consideration because you're moving. It's like you're moving into your new home. You know what I mean? So the weather, big part. Because back home it's fairly hot, but also it's really cool.
Yeah.
When it's not summertime. But that's kind of like how St. George is where my school is.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's real hot. I mean, but like I said, I'm used to it. I'm pretty sure you are too.
Yeah, there you go. For
hot,
sure.
But other than that, it doesn't really snow. I know a lot of people think of Utah and they're like, oh, snow, it's cold.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's in the southernmost part, so not a lot of snow hits it, and it's real cool. So that's what I like it too.
Yeah, man, definitely. All right, with this virus going on, and your guys' camps getting canceled, and a lot of colleges are even having their fall semesters just based online.
Yeah.
What do you think is kind of has in store for this upcoming season for you guys?
So we're hoping that the season will take place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've heard talk that it's not. I've heard talk that the fall semester will be online as well. But I guess you say at this point is, keep doing what you're doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing.
There you go.
Keep working hard, staying on top of my stuff. Just hoping, all you can do is hope for better days. Hope that everything will, get better. And pray for everything.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's kind of one of the only things we can do right now is kind of just hope. It obviously blows. Obviously for the economy, people who kind of depend on, their jobs. Yeah, man. But I mean, the only thing we kind of can do, right now is just, hope and, just pray for the best. But yeah, man, for sure. But anyway, man, we finished all the questions today. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but thank you, my brother Malini, for coming on. Appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, for sure. May have to get a part 2 in the future. Maybe after your first season of you hopefully getting on the field. So that'll be something. But yeah, man.
Me and Tim always stay close,
Yeah,
so.
man. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, like we were actually blessed to play 3 different sports together. Is that right? 3. Yeah, we played basketball in middle school, played JV baseball, and then I played varsity football one year. So we played all 3. It was tight. It's tight, but
Real brother right there.
yeah, same, dude. You got any huddle highlights or anything I can put down below for you, or?
Oh, of course. I'll send you the link. I got my high school film if y'all
I'll
want to
attach them. Yeah, that senior mixtape, that junior mixtape, dude. It's just pure heat. Do yourself a favor, go check those out. Check out Tia's socials. I'll leave those on the screen and down below. But what do you got going on? This next upcoming in your life.
Shoot, right now, like I said, just pray for the best. Keep doing what I'm doing. Taking care of the family. Might get into some work, get a job, see what's going on. But we just living day by day.
Definitely. And one last thing, I know you're playing college sports right now, but do you think this is something that you can that you think that is the end goal for you to get to the NFL? Are you trying to make it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my main
Yes,
goal.
sir. It's my boy, dude.
Like you said, by any means possible is I'm trying to reach my goal. And, I know a lot of people say that too.
Definitely, man.
You.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We're all, supporting you. We're rooting for you, man. Can't wait to see what, these next, 2 to 3 to even 4 years has in store for you. Wish for nothing but the best for you, my man. Thank you again for coming on. And if you guys enjoy the episode, like, subscribe, comment. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Comment down below who I should have in the next episode. And I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. Peace.